Hey guys, I just wanted to put out a quick video for you. I got plenty of comments on my previous Ubers videos, and many of them requested for me to use certain Pokemon. Well, I thought I would just consolidate all the requests into one team. They weren't all the requests, but, they were the first batch of requests, so this team is called Viewer's Choice. So there were 4 Pokemon that notably got requested in the last previous videos in the comments, and the last 2 were my choice. So we have Tauros, Gyarados, Nidoqueen, Parasect, Kangaskhan, and Mewtwo. And bonus points if you guys get the inside joke with Nidoqueen and Parasect's name. Okay, so Stomp lead Tauros. This is a pretty standard Tauros lead in OU. Basically, Stomp gives you flinch, and you do Stomp instead of Blizzard. Gyarados, Hydro Pump, Body Slam, Hyper Beam, Reflect. So this Gyarados could be helpful with dealing with standard Mews, physical attackers, and it has some physical prowess of its own with Body Slam and Hyper Beam. So you got some pretty good coverage with this Gyarados here. Nidoqueen, Earthquake, Body Slam, Growl, Fire Blast. This is not a set you would see on a Nidoqueen, but Nidoqueen actually has pretty good defense. It's pretty bulky defense-wise. So Body Slam and Fire Blast, those are for switch-ins for Paralysis or Burn. And if you burn a Mew and you growl at it, it works similar to lowering speed with Paralysis, except it's with attack this time. So no matter how many Swords Dances it does, if you keep growling it, its attack will always be minuscule. I'm talking minuscule. Like, it'll be negative 26 attack if you just keep growling at it. Similar to how the speed on Paralysis stat flips lowers indefinitely, you can do the same with Swords Dance. So Growl and Fire Blast can severely blunt physical attacks, and since there's so much explosion in Ubers, I thought this set fit nicely on Nidoqueen. Parasect, Spore, Swords Dance, Stun Spore, Body Slam. Not much to say here. We just have a pretty standard Parasect meant for spreading, dancing, and body slamming. Kangaskhan, Body Slam, Hyper Beam, Counter, Earthquake. Pretty standard Kangaskhan with Counter. I'm hoping if the opponent sees me using this stupid team, they'll think I'm really dumb and they won't predict Counter on Kangaskhan. Mewtwo, we have Exploding Mewtwo again. This Mewtwo's job is to spread Paralysis, but mainly to destroy the other Mewtwo. I don't really have the necessary padding to have like a Mewtwo win condition, like a Mewtwo main type of setup. Like, there's no point in trying to defend Mewtwo if your other soldiers aren't like strong enough to help. So this one's just a kamikaze, really. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the game. Okay, Tauros lead mirror for the leads. I'm going to go ahead and roll Stomp. I'm going to press my luck on Stomp, because even if you're speed tied, if you move first, you can still proc the flinch. So I'm going to see if I can get some flinch with Tauros here. Nope. And I'm in Hyper Beam range now. He predicts me to go for a Hyper Beam, like a Desperation Hyper Beam. What I do there is a decently high-level move. Basically, when you think a lead Tauros is going to Hyper Beam, you switch in your faster Mewtwo so you can recover and kill the opposing Tauros with little effort. Little difficulty. Even if Tauros crits the Hyper Beam, you're still in good shape. So that's why I went Mewtwo there, but we were both making some predictions, and he goes Executor, which is a shame because he now has perfectly set up his sleeper on me. So I'm going to go back to Tauros to absorb the sleep with my 40% Tauros. This is risky here because I'm afraid of the Stun Spore on the switch, but I really have nothing better to absorb a potential Psychic. So it was a toss-up between Psychic and Stun Spore, but he does Psychic. Alright, so now what I'm doing is I'm doing the Please Explode on my Sleeper dance. So I shouldn't be. I think I'm a little preemptive here because Explosion won't kill me. I should have known there is a Stun Spore coming, but he does end up doing a Stun Spore, right? Okay, so right here, I realize the route I can take is now I think he will double down on Stun Spore. So therefore, I will go Parasect. I'm doing like a like a quad switch. I'm doing like a 4-phase attack right now. It's like a super complicated sequence I'm doing that may not work at all, but in my heart I believe it will. So what I think is going to happen is he is going to double down on Stun Spore. I'm going to bring in Parasect for a guaranteed sleep. When he sees that guaranteed sleep, he is going to be threatened to explode, right? Or he's going to be compelled to explode on me because he's going to be severely threatened. And since I've already done the fake out with the Sleeping Tauros, I believe he thinks I won't do it again because I think that he thinks that I believe it won't work again. So I'm going to do that again. So I'm doing like a quad switch on this guy. Okay, so Stun Spore comes through, it misses. That's not too bad because Parasect is already dreadfully slow. And now I'm going to do the quad switch. I'm going to go back to Tauros, and I'm correct, he does want to explode now. Because the Spore was just too threatening for him to not. Alright, so Mewtwo comes back in. I'm trying to use Mewtwo early because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to bait out his Mewtwo so I can remove that thorn in my side early on because the rest of my team doesn't stand a chance against Mewtwo. So I'm trying to get his Mewtwo onto the field by putting in my Mewtwo. He puts in Chansey. Okay, so having 2 sleep Pokemon on your team is pretty common in Ubers, so this could very well be a Sing Chansey. But from where I'm standing, I'm not so sure I want to risk throwing in Parasect, because if it's not a Sing Chansey, he's most certainly going to use Ice Beam, because he wants to get the free slot on the Mewtwo. It's a very common strategy in Ubers to try to land freeze on Mewtwo. So really, it's quite a toss-up where I'm at right now. I think I'm going to go Parasect because even if he does Ice Beam, I think it's a 3-hit KO on Parasect, and I just can't risk my Mewtwo getting taken out because I still need him for the other Mewtwo. Okay, so let's go to Parasect. And it was Sing. It was Sing, so that was a good gut instinct on my part. All right, so a little bad because my sleeper is now asleep. He's not my only paralysis spreader, though, but I have lost my sleeper. So he gets a sleep, and I do not get a sleep, which is pretty catastrophic at the competitive level. So I'm down pretty bad right now, but Lord, am I going to try. Lord, am I going to try. I still have my Mewtwo, but that's pretty much reserved for taking out the other Mewtwo, so I can't really sweep with it. But I still have it, so I'm not completely cooked, like beyond a shadow of a doubt. Alright, my Mewtwo comes back in, and he's going straight for that freeze. I gotta risk it. We're gonna get the Thunder Wave, and we're gonna start boosting. Maybe he'll keep this Chansey in, but I don't think so. Pokemon Master Shane is in his 1400s, so he is truly a Pokemon Master named Shane. He's a tough cookie. I checked his rank when I got in here, and I was like, oh man, the first guy I get on this challenge is going to steam me. He's going to clap me. Yeah, so there's his Mewtwo. I was hoping maybe I could get some damage on that Chansey, but he said, nah, I'm not letting you. So he's going to go his Mewtwo, and I think Pokemon Master Shane is quite smart, and when he sees the Thunder Wave, he's going to know that this is the self-destructing Mewtwo, so my plan here is to just keep clicking Psychic. Luckily, I get a special drop and a full para, so his special hasn't quite caught up to mine yet, And I'm going to keep on clicking that Psychic, baby. We're going to keep on clicking. There's the Recover. And I think he's going to Amnesia here. And he's going to predict that I don't get this crit. He has more time, so he doesn't need to heal this turn, right? So I do get this crit here, and he's in range now. And now I'm going to click Self-Destruct. Because he healed twice at this range, he didn't run away. So I think I'm safe. I think he doesn't know this is an exploding Mewtwo, so I'm going to go ahead and blow it. And I get this Mewtwo out of the way. So I'm pretty much left with Nidoqueen, Kangaskhan, and Gyarados for the finish. So unless Parasect miraculously wakes up, that's what I got. So let's see if I can pull through with this. I bring in a Nidoqueen because I think this Chansey is coming back in to spread. And I'm right. And this Chansey can't paralyze Nidoqueen, so I'm okay. What I think is going to happen is he's going to take it out at the last minute and finish off Nidoqueen. But that's just something I'll have to settle for, is getting Chansey into a low damage range. Okay. Now I do have Reflect Gyarados for the remaining Mew, Tauros, and Snorlax. So there is a small chance. There's still a small chance. Okay. We're going to get some Earthquakes down here. Okay, Nidoqueen's almost dead. Something miraculous happens here. So he throws in Mew, and I think that he thinks that I'm going to switch out. So instead of just insta-killing this Nidoqueen, he opts to do Swords Dance. Boom. And I'm going to Fire Blast. I'm going to Fire Blast this Mew, try to get that burn. That is not good. I hate seeing that reflect, because this means it's not an Earthquake Mew. This is the defensive Mew with Body Slam. So, there are two ways I can deal with this. The most efficient way is to counter it with Kangaskhan. However, I believe throwing in Kangaskhan right now would be like announcing to him that I have counter and I want to use it on him right away. So I'm a little dissuaded from doing that. The other way is to burn the Mew and growl it until either I die or he wastes all his PP. And then bring in Gyarados and spam Hydro Pumps at him. The latter is not going to be as reliable as one-shotting the Mew with Kangaskhan. But I think I might have to use a combination of the two, because I don't think Gyarados can get the job done, even if all goes well. Okay, so let's try to get this burn. He paid for it. He played with his food, and now he got burnt. Alright, so now I'm just going to click Growl forever. So every time I hit a Growl, his attack lowers. Like, it stacks. It doesn't just go down one below normal. It stacks. So his attack right now is like -3. I'm going to Growl again. It's going to be -4. I'm going to Growl again. It's going to be -7 or 5. I think I go to 7. And there's no limit. Like, it just keeps going lower. It can go down to 1. Okay, so he finally takes out my Nidoqueen. He has to waste a turn Swords Dancing again, or his attack will remain at -6 or whatever it was at. So do I Reflect here, or do I go straight Hydro Pump? Straight Hydro Pump, okay. Yeah, that is the right thing to do. I have to pivot off of Parasect to get Kangaskhan in, because I can't survive 2 Body Slams from Mew at his current attack power. So I have to jump off of Parasect and get to Kangaskhan. But at this point, having hidden Kangaskhan for so long, I'm a little more confident that he will not predict counter, because if I had it, I would have used it right away, right? So he takes this, you can't go any higher, silly. You can't go any higher, you silly goose. So he takes a turn to do nothing when he thought his attack could go a little higher, but it's capped right there. All right, here we go. Yes, we got it, boys. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. All right, so Tauros is going to take us out right away, and now it's all up to Gyarados to bring it in. It's all on Gyarados' shoulders to bring home the win. So I believe we have Tauros and Snorlax left. It's possible. Come on, Gyarados. Come on, buddy. All right, he is going to pivot off of his Chansey. And I think he wants to get a Body Slam Paralysis and a Self-Destruct. But look at that, my God. Huge crit Hydro Pump on the Snorlax. This is so winnable now. And he has Reflect. This might not be a standard Snorlax. I don't know why he did Reflect, guys, because I certainly can't paralyze him with Body Slam. And I do more damage with my special moves than I do with my physical moves on this Snorlax. So he does Reflect, so I don't get hit with a Paralysis, I don't get exploded on, and I get a huge crit. The tables just turned for Gyarados. All I gotta do is land another Hydro Pump, but you know, we all know how often Hydro Pump misses, but I do get it. I got it, baby. All right, now it's just getting crit by Tauros could destroy me, right? I gotta look out, or full pairs and crits. I mean, Tauros is a machine. He could still win even with this reflected Gyarados right here. I'm going to not do Hydro Pump because the roll with Body Slam and Hyper Beam wins me the game, and Hydro Pump is really inaccurate. So one Body Slam, one Hyper Beam is all I need. I just got to not get hacked into oblivion by Tauros, which is pretty common. Nice. Nice. We got it. Look at that crit. Ooh! We got it. We got it. This is the first try on this team, and I got it. That crit could have been a Hyper Beam, though. I could have lost, but we got it, boys. Look at that. 14-22. Man. He's a pipe hitter. He's no joke. He is no joke. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will catch you around.